5 Special Education Planning and Programming, otherwise known as the IEP course. My name is Dr. Katie Bonawitz, and I look forward to walking alongside you through this course, and hopefully in the end you feel very prepared to write IEPs. I'm an associate professor here in the Special Education Graduate Program, as well as the program director. I will share a little bit about my journey into special education. Some of you have met me in previous courses, but for all of you, I'll just share these things again. I have taught students with special needs in the public schools for 12 years. I was in a rural setting in northern Minnesota. I was in a suburban setting in Anoka, Hennepin, and I was in an urban setting in Garden Grove, California. All of those experiences helped me to really see the wide spectrum of needs within special education. And in all of those settings, I had wonderful opportunities to be better at writing IEPs. Here at Bethel University, I've had the opportunity to teach undergraduate and graduate pre-service general education teachers. So those who are going to be elementary teachers or physics teachers or math teachers, as well as special education teachers. I've enjoyed both equally, but my passion is definitely preparing special education teachers. My Bachelor's of Science is in elementary ed and special education in the area of learning disabilities and emotional behavior disorders. I have a Master's of Education in special education, and my doctorate is in educational leadership and special education. I also have a Director of Special Ed license. I've been an associate professor of special education and the program director since 2007, and it is a joy to be with you in this course. The photo on the top left is from one of my 5 years in England. I used to bring undergraduate education students to England in interim, so January of every even year, and this is the first time I'm not going to be doing it. And so I'm a little sad about that, but I had an amazing 5 experiences with students. We lived in a town near Windsor. This photo is at Windsor Castle, and my colleague Dr. Jill Martin is on the far left. I'm on the far right, and just experiences that I will never forget, and I know I'm going to grieve them come January. The second picture is my husband with one of our little critters. We are preschool teachers at our church, and this was in celebration of his 50th when I just had to have the critters be present. The far picture on the right is just to show we love to travel. This photo is from Chicago, but we've traveled all over the world together, and we love it. And I always look forward to new opportunities and experiences that we'll have somewhere in the world. The picture on the lower left is from my sabbatical where I studied in Finland, and this happens to be my family tree. I'm pointing at where my name is on the tree, and this is featured in a museum in a small town in northeastern Finland on the border of Russia. So pretty special to see my name there. All 4 of my grandparents were born in this part of Finland. The picture on the middle bottom is just, I love to cook and I love to experiment and try new things. And the picture on the lower right is just the peacefulness of nature. I just love being in nature, and it just calms my soul. I look forward to getting to know each of you throughout this course. To get you to reconnect with one another, I know you've been on this journey with each other for a while, but this time I'd like you to introduce yourself through the Getting to Know You forum, and it's going to be specific to IEPs. So you all know a little bit about each other, but this time, what is your experience with IEPs, and how can you get to know each other a little better through that? Also, I want to encourage you to share news, updates, prayer requests, and praises through the coffee shop forum. In this course, you are going to be actively involved in the practical application necessary to make you skilled IEP writers. I want you to expect that you are going to get quality feedback about your work, and I'm going to ask that you will rework your assignments until you are successful. The practice of writing IEPs is simply that. It's practice. I do not expect you to be experts at this point in your program, and some of you have even been writing IEPs for a while, but this course is really going to stretch you to make sure that you are writing them accurately and appropriately. So I will always give feedback and give you the opportunity to rework assignments so that you are a best practice IEP writer. In this course, you are going to learn about best practices through your textbook and through your presentations and other materials that are provided in this course. We're not going to be looking at shortcuts, and we're not going to be looking at district-specific requirements. We are going to follow what IDEA says and what our state of Minnesota says are best practices. Just a quick course overview. You have one textbook in this course, and we've used this textbook for many years because the feedback we get from students is that it's a very helpful and practical guide to writing IEPs. Your Moodle course will have many resources for you, so be sure to download and save anything and everything that is useful to you when writing IEPs. And finally, a quick syllabus overview. There are 4 major types of assignments in this course. You'll have the full IEP and meeting agenda, which is due at the end of Module 6. You will see this is 50% of your final grade. Leading up to that full IEP, you will have opportunities to submit your work to me and receive feedback so that when you do submit your final IEP, you've already received feedback and can make changes accordingly. You will have a personal IEP manual, which is a wonderful piece for you to take away from this course. This manual is going to be totally for you. You are the only one that cares about what's going to go in it, and I want to know what are the resources you will use that you will have beside you as you write your IEPs, especially for those first few years. You will have some workshop assignments where you will have the opportunity to work with a partner or a group of people on writing present levels of performance, goals and objectives, accommodations, services, LRE, assessment, assistive technology, and ESY. That's going to be 20% of your final grade. And then your participation is 10%. So I look forward to seeing you participate in all of the modules, and I look forward to reading that final IEP at the very end. Have a great course.